And plus, you're getting
Hello,
armor when you
ladies
do
and gentlemen. We are live now. I am interrupting you. Yes, I'm sorry. No more of your background. All right, he's gone. No more of your backpack game.
He's
As
dead.
I still have Mordheim up. Excuse me while I shut it down. There we go. I had
Who's
Roll20
this?
in the background.
Fucking
Hello.
cultists.
Hello.
Who did?
I wasn't playing video games up until the start of the session.
How
Shut up.
dare
You have no proof.
How dare you?
Yeah,
What
guys,
it
no
was-
proof. Totally no proof.
Clip it.
Clip it now. Clip it now, chat.
Moving
Already
on.
it.
Welcome once again to Unlucky Rolls. This is Trisky speaking, the GM for this campaign on the channel and player and numerous others. We are doing Pathfinder, the Monsters of Morgram, a homebrew campaign set on a world that is currently undergoing its foreign colonization, let's say, phase, and the player party is a group of local inhabitants and creatures that are native to the homeland here. But as we rejoin our party, what we find is that they are scaling these large mountains, and they have found a small platform. The scaling of the mountain took a while, but as they're doing so, they're here to find the origin of a strange ringing in the back of their head that's slowly causing them issues, making them see hallucinations and whatnot as they go on. And as they've gotten within so much distance of this place, they don't know exactly how close it's been, but they started to hear in the back of their head as well. So they've been getting a little dose of this. Rejoining us, actually in person, is Chaise Longue, our lovely mimic fighter, who was technically here, but she was off on a lovely vacation from the sounds of it. That was good. Happy for her. Otherwise, joining me would be... You keep cutting out.
Boop the chair.
I said that I happen to have been on a mountain, so it fits.
Very fitting, yeah. Asch is playing Asch the Kobold.
Yes.
Who,
I am
once
the
again,
Asch.
the token that we have here is not updating properly, it seems.
I am the unupdatable. I am outdated. And I keep going back in fucking time. Hold on, I'll fix it. Why is my current health being restored back to 5? What the fuck?
Because you touch yourself at night. Anywho.
Piss off.
Damn. Coming out swinging. Jeez.
That's my fucking go-to response when I don't have a better one. I've said
One way
that so
to
many
use
times.
finger.
What was my fucking... what was my
Imagine
fucking
not
health at?
having all 48 of my hit points.
Oh, yeah. Runt the last, our Goblin Druid, played by Penguin over here.
Howdy.
And last but not least, our Harpie Monk, Zephyr, played by my pal Ken, or otherwise known as Unknown.
Yes.
And we rejoined these groups, basically. So Runt has managed to get into a conversation with whatever is causing all of this, from what he can tell, and has learned that it speaks Terran, which is the elemental language of the earth. It is very deep and slowly spoken, and this thing seems to speak it fluently. So Runt has been able to talk a little bit more to it, and this thing has started to call him brother.
Brother. How long until let LeBron James him?
But
I guess a gravelly
otherwise,
staring.
we have a cave with a set of multiple symbols that are very hard to notice, but over time you manage to uncover their shapes in the wall here. They are 4 different shapes that consist of a trapezoid, a triangle, a square, a circle, and a diamond. And these are embedded into the wall in some way, shape, or form, and when Runt went up to a circle at the end of the last session, he was able to push it in. So they appear to be buttons of a sort, and that's about all you know at this point. So that's it for summary. Now it's all on you guys because this is a lot of you talking now. Figure it out.
Run's gonna push all the ones with more than with 4 sides.
All right, you push all of the ones with 4 sides. Do you unpush the circle or do you leave it pushed?
I already unpushed it.
Oh yeah, you did already unpush it. All right, so you touch all the ones with 4 sides. As you in what order do you push them?
Trapezoid, diamond, square.
Trapezoid, diamond, square. As you press the trapezoid, nothing seems to happen. And you move over and you press the diamond. And in the back of your head, you hear a sudden snapping noise, like a neck cracking.
Hmm. I think in
Hope we didn't
turn.
kill anyone.
Are you okay?
Help me.
Okay, so that was the diamond.
All right, you have pressed the trapezoid and the diamond.
And I press the
And-
trapezoid and press the square.
You unpress the trapezoid and then press the square.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as you unpress the trapezoid, nothing happens. As you press the square, you hear a light chime. It's like bells or, wind chimes in the back of your head.
Mm. And I'm the only one that hears this.
No, all of you hear it.
Okay.
We should be careful. We don't want to kill whoever or whatever is it there. Well, maybe we do, but it
Is-
needs help.
Is communication possible?
You can't talk to each other, actually. None of you can hear one another, so you would have to communicate this through charades, basically.
Also,
ooh.
don't
So
forget
in
to
order
fix
in
your
order to
health
communicate
values.
with one another, I need you all to communicate and tell me how you are acting and what motions you are making. This will be funny as shit to me.
I fixed
Zephyr
your
kind
health,
of like-
Chase.
I don't remember off the top of my head, Ash. I'll tell you later. Right now, it's not too imperative. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, fair. I'm just gonna leave it at 12.
Yeah, leave it there. Leave it there for now. Push comes to shove, we'll re-roll it. Anywho,
No, I think
Psychic
you've just been
breaking
getting
it.
shit rolls on your health.
It's been so bad, it's been degrading my health.
right?
I mean,
But yeah, the most recent thing that happened when you pressed the trapezoid followed by the diamond, it made a cracking noise like that of a snap of like a neck or something, and then when you proceeded to undo the trapezoid and then click the square, it made like a wooden chime noise. So that's about what you have so far.
triangle.
You leave the other two pressed.
I want to assume the chime is good. I'll unpress the diamond.
You unpress the diamond, so you have the square still on, and you're about to hit the triangle, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna move up behind Runt.
You hear a strange sort of buzzer noise.
Okay, and press the triangle. Keeping this. Is the square still pressed?
Yes, the square is still pressed.
I try the circle.
You have the square pressed, and you press the circle. You press it, and there is a lower chime. It's a little bit lower pitch, but
So, Runt, what are you doing?
you can't talk to one another. None of you
Oh,
can
yeah,
hear
fuck,
one
I
another.
just-
I
forgot.
fixed the trapezoid now.
So you have left these two on.
Yep.
So triangle, square, then trapezoid.
Well, it was squirrel, circle, trapezoid. Because the triangle
Oh,
didn't
square,
make
circle,
a sound.
trapezoid. All right. You get a loud buzzing noise.
I unpressed that.
You unpress the trapezoid. Nothing happens.
I pressed the triangle.
You get an slow, incoming, ominous beeping in the back of your head.
I unpressed that.
Think like the beep, beep.
Yep, nope, I unpressed that. Let's go
All
to
right,
the
you
diamond.
unpress it. Nothing happens. You press the diamond.
Yeah. I'm just brute forcing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, and they're just watching. So I pressed the diamond.
Yeah, none of the rest of you are getting involved in this, so you're just brute forcing this slowly, getting all these noises in the back of your head.
Yeah.
What sounds like shattered glass?
Okay, I unpressed the square, then pressed the trapezoid.
You unpress the square and press the trapezoid.
Yes.
Pardon me, Ella is moaning in the background because the father is heading out to do stuff. So, as you do that and press the trapezoid, you hear a barking noise because... no, I'm just kidding. You hear a low rumbling.
That might be good. I pressed the triangle then.
Alright. You press the triangle following the trapezoid. As you do so, you get a high-pitched screech.
Can I roll a check to see if there's some kind of pattern to these that I can, from what I've done so far?
You can roll. So what would be the most appropriate? It's not perception. There is no like investigation equivalent, right?
No, I was just gonna say about it.
Yeah.
It's just a flat intelligence roll.
All right. So it was just the trapezoid followed by the triangle, right?
Triangle followed by the I pressed the triangle after I pressed the trapezoid.
All right.
So currently the circle is still pressed.
Okay.
I unpressed the square. Trapezoid was pressed and made the rumble sound. Then I pressed the triangle and made that sound just now. I unpressed.
Alrighty. So go ahead and roll me, since we don't have like an investigation skill, roll me a perception check
Uh,
at a -10.
Sure. It's base +2.
So 18.
16. Yep.
So, what you can seem to notice is that the pattern doesn't seem to be consistent here so far. What you do know is that if there is any pattern, you would have to check yet further.
Okay, I unpress all the buttons. I press the triangle button.
Press the triangle, nothing happens.
I press the diamond.
You press the triangle followed by the diamond. As you do so, you hear what appears to be a crying voice.
I unpress the diamond. I press the circle.
Right. Triangle followed by a circle now, right?
Correct.
Yet another low rumbling.
Okay, so that was... I press the trapezoid now.
All right. You press that followed by the trapezoid. You get a loud buzz.
I unpress the trapezoid, push the diamond.
You now press the diamond after the circle, and you once again get the sound of shattered glass.
Unpress that, press the square.
You press the square, and there was a wind chime yet again.
Okay, so it sounds like these are making different kinds of sounds. Triangle, circle, trapezoid. No, triangle, circle is rumble. I'll unpress those two. I'll do square, trapezoid.
Square followed by trapezoid.
Correct.
You hear a sudden cracking noise, and the ground around you begins to rumble. You can all feel like what seems like a minor earthquake underneath you.
I'll unpress the trapezoid.
It
Press
stops.
press the triangle.
All right, so you press the triangle again. There is that ominous beeping yet again.
I'll unpress that. Press the circle.
The circle is what you already have pressed.
Square circle.
Yeah, square circle. You unpress the circle?
Well, it squares the base. The first button is pressed, it's square, then it's the circle.
Yep. So are you pressing or are you unpressing the circle, or what are you doing?
The
You have
circle
them-
was unpressed. All the buttons I've been going in sequence from this one have been started with the square.
Oh, okay. That would have been more important for me to know earlier on. I thought you were just leaving them both pressed and then continuing.
No, I said I unpressed both of them.
I apologize. I didn't catch that. All right. So let us backtrack a little bit then.
Square trapezoid was the first one I did.
Square followed by trapezoid. That is still the crackling and rumble sound.
Okay, unpressed.
The cracking sound and rumbling of the minor earthquake. So that's undone.
So then the square triangle would be the beeping again.
It's a buzzer.
Buzzer. Alright, unpress square circle.
It's a lower pitched chime.
Unpress square diamond. Was the cracking sound.
Yes.
Unpress both of those.
Zephyr flies up next to you and just kind of it tries to in the dirt or snow with her talon draw square, trapezoid, and what was the last one you landed on that said cracking?
That was the square diamond.
All right, so and she would try to drive the diamond too on the ground.
There's like a light layer of snow that you can easily sort of write in with your fingers, but you only have so much space to do so.
All right, she'll try her best to illustrate those three.
What are my cantrips? I might have something to help this.
She would also
If I do create water, can I use my put in fill up? We have water skins.
Yeah, you have some sort of basic
I'm gonna-
means of carrying water.
Walk far away from the edge to fill up mine and everyone else's water skins, and take some of my branches out, tipping it, and then using the wet surface to draw shapes. I will draw that square and trapezoid, or is what's causing the big shaking. So probably not that combination.
Oh, as you draw that though, she would nod and look to the ground and like stomp a few times.
I'll shake my head.
And she just like looks kind of confused, but just like stomps one more time. She like would gesture to herself, to you, to the rest of the party, and then gesture down and stomp again.
As it's going on, Ace just turns around looking confused, trying to figure out what's going on.
We haven't tried anything with diamond as a source. And there's nothing around indicating any hints or any possible indications as to the order of this. Damn.
Oh, you're asking a question? Sorry, I thought you were just talking to yourself.
Yeah, no, I was asking if there was any indication or way of seeing that there would be any sort of solution within the immediate area, like something that would give insight?
Nothing appears to be of that sort. It's just like snow and the cliffside. There's nothing else that seems to be indicative of any sort of clue or anything.
Hmm. I'll point to all of them and shrug at once.
What are you doing?
Trying to see if we should just push them all in at once.
Are you actually going through with that is the question.
Since Zephyr is trying to give suggestions, I guess I'll look at them and see what they think.
I hobble on over. And, I'm gonna, I think, well, Chaise doesn't really know much about, complex mechanisms, but,
Does anybody know?
Chaise just looks at the symbols and is like, and just at the scenario that's been playing out, and is like, is this like a children's game? You
Handy.
press buttons and noises make happen.
Hand over the ear.
Yeah, they can't hear you, Chaise.
No one can hear anyone.
No,
Wait.
it's
They
all
can't hear
hand
them. They
signs.
can't hear you.
that's-
The chime is deafening in the back of your. No, not the chime. The buzzing is deafening in the back of your head from the source of this entire magical endeavor.
Super
Oh.
tonight on crack.
So I'm still on super tinnitus. So I'm
We all are.
well. Okay. So I'm just yelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just yelling into
some
the void and
kind of
nobody can
game.
hear you.
I
I mean, at best, you guys can roll like a really low perception check to see if we can lip read, but that's about the best you can do.
I'm gonna think in Terran if they know anything about these shapes.
So you're asking, what are you asking?
I'm asking. The entrance to this place has a bunch of shapes, and they make different sounds. Is there
Don't-
any?
No.
Zephyr would motion water skins and then just draw her talon along the bottom of the wall under the switches.
Which one was the low or not the rubbling and shaking, but because we found out there was one that had a rumbling sound.
You have to keep track of that yourself.
Oh boy.
Yep. Like I have a sheet with all the possibilities here, but you have to keep track of it yourself if you want to remember.
I know square trapezoid was bad.
Chaise is morphing a giant question mark on top of her head.
Shrug.
I mean, you could keep trying patterns.
Triangle, circle, square in that order.
Circle, square. There's a chime.
Triangle, circle, square.
Oh, triangle, circle, square. Right.
Zephyr
Triangle, circle gives a low rumbling followed by the chime.
Zephyr copies that pattern onto drawing it onto the frost and draws a little wave at the bottom, and I don't know, 3 little Kind of like a badly drawn, like surprised face with like 2 circles for eyes and like a nose and just like a mouth.
I'm gonna. We have triangle, circle, square. I'm gonna hit the diamond after that.
Triangle, circle, square, diamond. All right, you hit the square, followed by the diamond, and you hear a cracking noise.
Zephyr also copies that down in front.
I unpress the circle.
You unpress the circle. The rumbling ceases.
I press the trapezoid.
We're getting somewhere.
All right, you press the trapezoid. Different rumbling begins.
Then I press the circle.
Ah! As you do so, you hear a sudden shifting noise beneath you, and the wall in front of you begins to shift, as you have now pressed all 5 of them down.
Well,
overthinking is the best.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was
what happened?
literally, I just had a sheet with a bunch of sounds that happened at certain combinations of like one followed by the other makes this sound, but the actual puzzle would just press all 5 of them.
Hey, no one would have expected it.
So what
Yeah,
we were
you did
literally
eventually
doing
get it,
was
but it did take you about half an hour.
just press buttons and it will fucking open.
It's like we were looking at a child's game and we were just like, okay, this has to be some kind
Okay,
of
guys.
complex.
Okay, guys.
Okay, okay, look at it this way. We're a bunch of hicks from the boonies.
It's
No,
true.
Literally, how I want to see it, just more like it's a children's card game, but we have to put fucking Harvard University intelligence into it.
I knew
It's-
I knew you would love it at the end.
No,
when
this
you
is
realized
worse.
it was just bullshit.
This is the high school version of Yu-Gi-Oh. Basically, you play Yu-Gi-Oh, but you're both drunk and smoked some of the devil's lettuce.
It's like that one vine of the girl looking at all these shapes, and the person just keeps putting them all in the square.
Or
This
the
shows
scene,
me
yeah,
terrible.
or the scene
The
from
square hole.
Spaceballs where it's like the password is 12345, just like my suitcase number.
What?
I've changed the password to 4, 5, 6.
1, 1, 1, 1.
One.
All
A
right.
red spy in
So
the base.
yes, for right now, the wall face going from just left of the trapezoid to just right of the diamond opens up, and you can see a passage through it that you can enter. There is still buzzing, but all of the noises from the shapes have ceased.
Hmm.
Do you proceed, or do you just stand there?
Dog, go in.
We go in.
Proceed.
All
I
right,
go
you
in, but off the
go
ground
on
again.
in. All right,
We're off to
all
see
right.
the wizard.
Back to a bit of theater of the mind here, because there wasn't much of a point in making a map for this part other than describing it.
We got our
You
30 minutes of this map.
Yeah,
We got our use.
I got 30 minutes of a map that I sort of badly made and then mildly edited to give it shadows.
That was a
and
good
whatnot.
attempt. It's a good attempt.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
We
want to put too much
appreciate-
effort into something that I knew wouldn't be that significant. But as you proceed further, you are now surrounded by near crystalline shapes of ice on the walls that you follow along down a rather tight route. You can only basically fit one by one, so giving me an idea of your party order would be nice.
Forgive me if I'm being a bit presumptuous. I would imagine Chaise, Runt, Zephyr, Asch, or Ace Zephyr.
Yes.
I don't know what the order would be exactly, but Runt and Asch both have that tether they can see.
Oh, true, true.
Yeah.
So Runt would definitely be up towards the front somewhere.
May I? Can I see where the tether is going inside the chasm in the cave?
Oh, you can all sort of at will see this thing. It just goes straight through the walls inside.
Well, they haven't actually fully allowed them to invade or.
Pretty sure at least one of them did. I
Me.
think
That
Asch
was me.
didn't, yeah.
Chaise didn't do it, nor did
Yeah,
Zephyr,
Chaise wasn't here. I
believe.
wasn't going to do that on her behalf. So, Chaise, for a small thing to catch you up, there was sort of just like this, instead of suppressing the sound, Runt and Asch have at this point just like dropped their defenses and let it come in, and as a result, they have this small tether coming from the center of their chest, leading inside of the cave, basically as like a beacon. And so that was about what happened there. As you continue inside, you're in this order. It's Chaise followed by Runt, then it was Zephyr Asch or Asch Zephyr?
What was going on?
Let's
The
do,
walking order.
Let's do Asch Zephyr because if something were to come up behind us, Zephyr could like kick it in the face.
That's exactly what I was gonna.
I was going to say I
So
could
this
blow it
is
up, but
about the
otherwise
order
it-
that you're
Yeah.
proceeding, right?
That's perfectly good order.
All right. Yep.
Correct.
The entrance starts wider and tapers down to one by one, so you have to proceed in one single file order, in spite of some of you being smaller in size. As you keep going through, yet again, the light, crystalline shapes of frozen ice and some geology that you can't really decipher. Only one of you has been through the mountains, so Asch has a
Yes.
small idea that this mountain is very naturally formed. It's not any construct or anything from what you're seeing around you. This looks like exactly what you would expect in the mountains from when you were in the far northwest.
As I traveled around, but never went too far east.
Yep. So these are it isn't like, oh, I've walked into a super construct. No, this is a normal mountain. It just has
It's
some
like,
weird
oh
things
fuck,
put on it.
we're in a Death's Hill.
You're inside of a Necron tomb.
Oh no! Me pulls out the fucking Skadari rifle.
Just don't touch any archaeotech and we'll be fine.
What do you mean?
Sounds
I'm a
good.
tech priest kobold. I must. Go on.
But anywho, as you continue through this cavern, the sound slowly builds up yet more in pressure. You felt that it had already reached a peak, but it has surpassed that. And I would like all of you to make for me a constitution check, fortitude check.
Right.
Here comes the natural one. Oh, better than I expected.
Constitution.
It's fortitude. Fortitude saving throw is what I want, actually.
Oh, fortitude. Even worse.
Fortitude. Please be in my face. Yeah.
For once.
Right?
Yeah, fortitude. Okay.
For once, it's in my favor.
All right. So let me start from best to worst in this order. Asch, there's a lot of pressure on your skull. It's certainly not pleasant, but you're managing to bear through it. So there are no actual adverse effects for you at the moment other than what has already been established you can't hear. Chaise, you just barely are having trouble tolerating this. And as a result, your con score is going to go down by 1 temporarily for the time being.
-1.
Runt and Zephyr, as you proceed through this cave, the noise becomes unbearable for you. I would like you both to roll me 1d3 plus 1 and then reduce that from your con score.
Come on, baby, let's get a 3.
All right, you got an unnatural 3. So,
Yep.
yep, for Zephyr, your con goes down by 2 temporarily for the time being, and for Runt, it goes down by 3.
Oof.
And this will remain until further notice.
Yeah, she's still like hovering, but noticeably kind of like raggedly. Her feet like drag every now and then.
Yep. Yeah, it hurts. But you continue to proceed along. All the while, it keeps getting stronger and stronger because you are rapidly approaching the source itself. But in spite of you being able to hear it so prevalently, it still takes you about 15 whole minutes to walk the length of this. At some points, the cave gets really narrow and you have to squeeze through small gaps and whatnot. Luckily for Chaise, that's a little bit easier because you can morph yourself, but for Zephyr, you get some scratches on your feathers and whatnot and lose 1 or 2 as you're trying to like slip through these cracks in the ice and crystal formations. But eventually...
Not a good time.
No, not at all. But eventually, you reach what seems to have a glowing light up ahead of you. And as you see this light, you all get a sudden piercing headache that then goes away to reveal the following room in front of you. Give me 1 second to move you in here. Oh yeah, Chaise, you should be back up to full health, by the way.
It's once again back to
Max health. Yeah, you've healed enough.
okay.
Yeah, I thought I fixed that for you.
As you
Boy.
enter a large opening that feels as though it is at the center of this mountain. And coming inside, you see a large humanoid form with a massive axe lying on its shoulder, standing as still as a statue in the center of the room, atop a large and intricately woven red mat.
Is the thread pointing towards him?
Yes. And beyond this figure, you see a familiar sort of shape. Not someone that you've met before, but similar enough. What appears to be a dwarf. Completely dead, lying in a pool of blood by a rock.
So, I have this is the first thing I thought of, and I'm just gonna go do this. I'm sorry if it kills us. Just gonna go over to the gong.
You go over and you pick up a large cloth-tipped hammer intended for use with this massive percussion gong standing behind the shape.
Zephyr is frantically waving her wings. Don't.
I'm nodding.
I'm also waving no to you fucking dead.
I'm looking at Chaise.
Chaise is
Chaise is-
different.
Chaise is like,
Would Chaise even know what the fuck this is?
I would doubt.
I doubt Chaise would even understand that this is a thing that normally makes noise.
yeah.
She nods.
She nods, painful smile. Wee.
Oh, well, that's all confirmation I need.
No.
All right, so Runt, you take the mallet and you hold it behind you, nodding at your compatriots, two of whom are shaking and waving, no, 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 and one is just like awkwardly going yes while they're like nursing a headache at the moment. And then you turn around and you swing the mallet wide into the gong.
Okay.
And none of you hear anything. As the gong shakes rapidly. You are positive that if this sound weren't in the back of your head, you would hear all of it echoing throughout the chamber, but it's already so painful inside of your head that it doesn't even matter.
Okay, my attention is turned immediately to the statue.
It does not move an inch.
How do we free you? I'll think in turn.
Neck. Roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Yep, that's good enough. You notice now that the thread coming from your chest isn't going to like his stomach or anything. It's going to a collar on his neck. A massive bronze collar wrapped around the front and with a huge lock in the back. Also, Runt.
Yeah.
Roll another fortitude save for me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There it is. Called it.
There's the
screen,
boy.
as you look up at this strange color, you can't handle it anymore. You collapse in front of you to the ground. You're still conscious, but you find yourself unable to move as you put your hands to your ears, offering no relief from this pressure inside of your head. You are basically prone and unable to move.
Okay.
And I would like you to roll another 1d6 for your con. A -5 con. What does that bring you to, Runt?
I'm at 6.
Yeah, you're not
I'm
having a
still-
great time.
I'm still functional.
You're still functional, but you're also like basically tied to the floor in agony right now.
Okay. Okay, as the second person I can speak to it, I'm just going to say, how do I help in just normal tongue? Because I don't know Terran, so.
Neck.
And I look straight to the neck. How do I break?
Help me.
Okay. Can I use any perception roll of the DM's discretion to see if I can figure out a way to get it off?
So what are you exactly trying to, you're trying to figure out a way to get it off, but in what shape or form? Are you like trying to see if it's...
There is 2 ways I'm willing to go with this. Break the lock if it's got one, or dechain it or melt it off, or blast it off.
You're seeing if it, you're basically trying to see if you feel like it's susceptible to any of these methods, right?
Yes, because Asch has seen his fair share of metals. He does understand it is meltable to an extent.
Yep. So it is a large metal collar, and you can very well see that this chain from your chest is going straight to it, so it must be some sort of form of origin. What I would like you to do is, how are you approaching this? Like blunt physical or something else?
Can I use my acid staff on just a tiny piece of it, gently try to drip some acid on it to see if it'll melt?
You can get that shot.
I have a question. Am I unable to do anything because of this right now?
You can move your hands, but it's painful. You can't move like physically around the room at all.
Am I? Oh, because I was gonna say, if I can't move, I can't touch it.
I'm going to move up close enough to the collar, so I'm going to say move here.
Roll me
And
a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, yep, hold on.
Nope, you move up, and then you roll me a fortitude saving throw.
Okay, let me get the fortitude. Watch this be shit.
Barely.
Ooh.
You come up to it, and you feel a sudden shocking pain in the back of your skull, but you're able to push it back.
And then I drip some acid on it from my acid. Yes, I'm fucking intelligent. Acid staff.
To be frank with you, this thing is much taller than you, so you would have to climb it. It stands this statue-like, stone-like figure stands like 10 feet tall.
Can I just shoot my acid at the collar?
You can go ahead, yeah.
All right. I do not have it selected as my current weapon because I forgot to do that.
It's whatever. We know it's an acid staff. So you go ahead and do that. What I would like you to do is just roll me a 2-hit for any other ranged weapon of yours.
Oh, there it is.
I'm just hitting it with acid. What kind of dice am I rolling here?
Just like roll your crossbow, and we'll use that for the to hit.
So
16.
I would like to also state that since we've known these, Runt's enemies are wearing metal armor, he has learned a spell, and I wanted to see if I could target the lock with the heat metal spell.
You can give that a shot from where you are, but I'm going to put it at disadvantage.
All I need to do is see it within 25 feet.
All right, so I'm going to have you actually make a roll then, as if to hit.
Okay.
Just as a means of like showing your concentration and whether or not you can do it in your current state.
Would that be a will?
Yeah, let's just do a will. You're good.
Okay, yeah.
So, what happens? You both approach this thing. Asch takes up his staff and points it at the collar and sets off a blast of acid. Meanwhile, Runt, barely crawling up to a pose where he can see this thing, looks up at it and wills it to melt. As you do so, the collar seems to glow and pulse as the acid and heat contact it. You have the smell of boiling metal and acid in your noses. And if you weren't deaf, you would hear a massive sizzling noise. But to you, it is all but nothing, as the acid gets rejected and sprayed back out. And the heat...
Can I dodge?
It doesn't go straight at you. It just goes off. So don't worry about it. And the heat seems to wither. It's still there. But even though you can see some melting, it's slow and it almost looks like it's regenerating.
Well, the spell lasts for 7 rounds.
Yep. So it's like this slow burning, melting, and then reassembling back and forth.
While this is going on, Zephyr wants to take the long way around behind the gong to go check out the dead dwarf.
All right.
Also, is that a statue of a dog?
Yep.
Oh.
You come up to the dwarf corpse, and you look at it, and it seems to have these strange runic symbols tattooed all over its form. It wears no armor. It has its head shaved bald with yet more runes put on it. And next to it lies a small satchel, which has spilled some like basic document kind of looking stuff and like a gem or two. They look like just general like ruby onyx kind of stuff, like currency related stuff. And you see a massive axe-like gash in its torso, nearly cutting it in half.
Well, that was one fear. So yeah, Zephyr she would kind of she would try to pick
Pardon
up
me,
the,
everyone.
the
I
stat-
have to bounce for a moment. Go ahead and explain what you're doing.
Yeah, Zephyr's just gonna, looking this over, grab the satchel in one talon and just kind of move over to here, toss it over where Asch and Runt can see it.
I look
It's kinda like
immediately
nods to
to it
dwarf.
because it's just flying towards us.
Reflex save, no.
No, I just get hit in the head, like from fucking from Mirazma throwing around his magic rock again.
A satchel of some sort of like rough paper smacks you square in the head alongside the gems from it as
Oh,
the
fuck
gems
you.
go flying off.
Okay, I immediately pick it up and read this parchment.
You speak Dwarven.
Ooh, fun question. Let's quickly check my languages.
Because one of the people that did raise you was a dwarf, but that still beckons the question, did you ever learn
Would that
Dwarven?
come under Undercommon? I don't think so, would it?
No.
No, I
Undercommon
don't
is
speak
like
Dwarven.
gang speak and whatnot.
Could we just vague understanding, like not full, just like few words come out? Or should I do a history save?
You can look at this document and you know it's Dwarven, but you can't really decipher much more than that.
Okay, I'll pocket it for now, and I'll give it to the team later. I'll look at the stones next.
The stone's scattered a little bit behind you, but you can find that it's just like a ruby, a sapphire, and an emerald stone, along with some gold coin.
I'm specifically going to look at the gemstones in Pacific for the coins. Out of intrigue.
You hold them, and your inherent response is that you don't feel any magic emanating from them whatsoever.
I look back at the dwarves. Actually, can I see the dwarf body from here?
It's obstructed quite notably by the body of this guy and the giant bell, so you would have to move.
I'll actually no. There's no point in me moving.
Question: Is this effect currently affecting us? A form of sickness?
No.
No.
I would think it's a psionic.
It is not
psionic
it is
ability.
not a sickness.
Okay.
Would this be considered psionic?
I think that's actually still a bit of a stretch.
I'm just trying to give a more broader
Yeah.
to it.
You're trying to get an idea of what it is. No, purely psionic, no.
Okay, so it's magic then. I look at the gems. Sorry about the noise. I look at the gems and I look at the statue and then say in my head, what are these for?
Nothing.
I ask again.
Nothing. No, it's saying nothing.
Are you sure?
Help me.
I stare at a lot of. I fucking heard that ringtone.
That was an alarm clock.
Gives you some soothing music to
Wake up, we have a session going on. Wake up.
Hey guys, wake up. Snap back to reality.
What's
there
Chaise
goes
doing in all
gravity.
this?
At this weird nonsense, and I once again morph a question mark on my head.
Enemy spotted.
If we can point out the neck lock to Asch or to Chaise, if we time it, I could probably heat the metal to the hottest point and probably break the lock with Chaise.
But wouldn't that burn Chaise?
Wait,
No, it's attacking the lock.
Oh, fair. Right. I'm just gonna
But-
pocket the gemstones and the parchment for now, and I'm not gonna take notice of the coins yet.
Well, you guys still can't hear each other, so how are you trying to communicate things?
Well, I'm incapacitated, but I can cast spells where I'm at. So
Okay.
they would have to help. They would have to do something.
Would have
So-
Asch noticed?
I would have like a suggest. I would like try and do like hand signs indicating that should I do something with that gong, basically. How is it called?
So to clarify for Runt, you have basic control over your upper body. It's just painful and slow.
I'll point to the statue up around the upper torso towards the head. And maybe that can give you enough insight to look for something.
Can I see Runt doing this?
He is mildly obscured by the thing, and he's also completely obscured by the chest in between you and him.
Wait, that's a chest? I thought that was a mat.
Nope, that's a chest on top of the mat, behind the statue. Nobody ever asked, so I didn't divulge that.
You got more important things to do than loot chests right now.
You never know. The key could be in it or under it.
Or the chest could be locked and we don't have a way to open it.
Fair. Okay, what if Asch noticed Runt cast the spell on the collar?
You would notice the color getting heated, but exactly whether it was him doing it or your acid, you wouldn't know.
I'm looking at Chaise while pointing at the upper torso / head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn to Chaise, pointing more firmly at the collar.
So you have two members of your party pointing at the upper part of this thing. Chaise having a think?
I'm having a big think. I mean, there's obviously I don't want to go the stupid option and be like, oh, should I wait? Do I have to hit him in the head? Like that's sort of what Chaise is sort of thinking. Why are they all pointing towards this part of the statue? Do they want me to hit it? Are they trying to? She's sort of wondering why they're finagling so much over the statue. So yeah.
How to
Run,
convey
would you
this
make
to-
me another fortitude saving throw?
Me? All right.
Run.
Oh.
No improvement. That was just to see if you were still incapacitated.
Am
by
I
this,
still
if you are.
holding the...
Yeah, you're still holding the gong handle.
Yeah, I'm going to look at Asch, or not Asch, at Chaise while pointing with one hand, and then indicating like a swinging motion.
Ah,
And I'm
that
still pointing at
understand.
the collar.
And
So
once Chaise is going up there to swing, is when I'm going to heat the metal again.
okay.
And I'm
So-
gonna point at the statue.
Mm-hmm. Pointing at the statue.
And then I'm gonna grab my neck.
Is the metal being heated at this moment?
I'm gonna wait until Chaise starts to make the motions towards attacking, because it takes a turn or two to get heated to where it's going to start melting.
So
Yep.
hit it.
Hit it when it's bright red.
What
Ah.
is red, really?
Oh no,
God
we're going
damn it.
back with this again.
Hit it when it's almost
When it's bright
completely
white.
Yeah.
So yeah, Runt is trying to make the sign that if like maybe making like hand
I'm
motions of.
gonna point at the lock,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna cast Light on my hand to show the bright white light,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna point at again the neck. Charades work?
Just seeing you guys
Shepherd's
try to
gonna-
play charades via voice is great.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yes.
gonna kind of come floating up as you're pointing, and just kind of like start motioning to the body with the big gash in it, and then back at the statue with the lock and the big old axe. Just kind of like looks very concerned.
Ah yes, first word, 2 syllables.
All right, I'm going to cast Heat Metal on the lock again.
All right,
And then once the time
Chaise,
passes,
roll me a perception.
No.
Oh no.
See how good Chase's perception check here is.
Come on, chair. We believe
Perception check. Let's fucking go.
This is your moment.
in you. Shine.
This
like a
is the
diamond.
moment. This is the day.
Forevermore. I don't know the song.
You see the color. It's slightly brighter. And that's about all you get from that one, from me. Whether or not you feel like Chaise would put that together is up to you at this point.
Oh boy.
Well, you do see it heating up.
I see it heating up. Yeah.
Remember, I'm still pointing at the collar, looking dead at you.
From my perspective, how far has passed? Is it almost at that point, or is it already past the point?
It is currently heated enough.
So.
I'll bop Chaise.
Mhm.
Signify to attack.
All right, I attack.
All right, Chaise, I would like you to roll a strength check for me.
Strength check. Let's go.
Watch it be a flat 30.
Please.
Ah! I literally said it DC 20.
She just takes the head off instantly.
So,
We're not trying to decapitate it.
Chaise, you raise your greatsword now and swing it overhead at this heated piece of metal. As you do so, everything around you seems to slow. Everyone around you watches in anticipation as the sword hits the collar, and for just a split second, it seems to do nothing. Then the color shatters into metal pieces strewn across the area. Asch, roll a reflex save for me.
Oh, fuck.
Probably should have
roll now.
fucking thought of that.
I was thinking of moving, and I was like, well, I don't want to do another fortitude save. Reflex. Oh.
All right, you take 1d3 damage, so you can go ahead and roll that for yourself, and that's taken from your health.
Give me 1 second.
As one of the shards of the metal color runs at you and scrapes a notable scar in your cheek.
1d what?
1d3.
1d3.
Yeah, you take 1 damage. It doesn't get as deep as it normally could, but it sure as fuck hurts and you're bleeding.
He's used to taking hits to the head at this point.
But
Literally.
as this happens and the color breaks, silence.
No, sorry, I had to yell at my brother.
No, as the color breaks,
Oh, sorry.
silence.
The sun goes away.
Everything is gone.
Oh, thank
The
God!
noise in the back of your head is gone. You can all hear again. Runt is no longer stuck to the ground.
And immediately,
Whoa!
That was pain.
with the bloody scar on my
should
face, you're
move
just like,
back.
oh, fuck!
And as you are all coming back to, holy shit, this thing is finally gone. I can hear again. I'm not stuck to the ground. You look above you and you see the shape of this form that you once thought a statue move and lower the axe to its side and fall to one knee.
I'll ask it in Terran. Are you okay?
Thank you, brother. You notice that it is much more fluently spoken than it has been before. Sounds less like a caveman and more like an actual human being. Hashtag cavemen are people too.
Hashtag save the cave.
Damn.
What was that thing?
That was a creation of that one there. And he's replying in Terran, by the way, so only Runt can understand, just for clarity.
I will cast share language and share my bestial common with him.
Okay.
This is my last second spell. As I have
He already
life,
spoke
right?
bestial
mean-
common, but he already spoke bestial common, but
He speaks more. He speaks better now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
speaking
but
in Terran.
he's speaking in Terran to you explicitly. So unless they can
Oh.
understand Terran, yeah, you
Uh,
started talking to him in Terran. He replied in Terran. He
Actually,
said,
no, Runt doesn't need to cast it on me. I got comprehend language.
Ah,
But it's not ready. Fuck.
"Yep, that's a
So-
problem there." But basically, just says it was a creation of that one there, and then points at the dwarf corpse.
Oh.
so he imprisoned you.
He sought to utilize my power, but with my last strength, I cut him in twain.
Is are things all right? I'll remember the story from the what was it, Boggards?
Yep.
Like, they have a pact with this guy, don't they?
I mean, if you want to roll like a knowledge history, I can tell you if you do well.
Yeah, sure.
Ash is going to turn around back to the satchel.
You were trying to remember this. You had a vague recollection that it might have been something like that, but no, there was no mention of this guy being any figure to the Boggards.
Mm. Well, glad we could help.
I thank you, brother. I am Thulga.
Mm. Hey, by any chance, do you know the bestial common tongue?
What do you say that in?
In Terran.
A local tongue. I
Yeah.
do. Do you
Yeah.
not all speak the language of the earth?
No, I think they's not too intelligent enough.
That is disappointing, but we appreciate
and
it.
then,
brother.
and then Runt's mother's dreidel just comes flying through the door.
He turns to Asch right next to him, and he's still on his knee, but he reaches out a hand and like extends it towards you. Do you
I'm
just like
I'm not
stand
currently
there, or-
looking at him. I'm looking at the satchel that was thrown behind me.
So you feel a cold touch on the wound on your cheek.
And I just really immediately turn around and then notice that he's really moved downwards. So I'm like, oh shit.
You were wounded. It
Yes.
is not deep. Thank Mother Earth.
It is all right. It's nothing but a bird. It'll come. My scales would replace itself later.
He nods and he just sort of like, you see him, he's still on one knee and he starts to try and stand up and he seems to have a good bit of an issue. As you both are paying attention to him actively right now, I want Asch and Runt to both make me a perception.
Okay. Perception is right here. Fuck.
Okay. Asch is oblivious and still paying too much attention to the scar on his face. Runt notices that this guy is severely wounded.
Mm.
And by that, I mean...
Well, it's a good thing. One of my standard go-tos is repairing cure light wounds.
Do you see the health bar?
No.
No. Oh wait, yes I do.
Yeah.
1 HP. Fucking Christ.
Oh, okay. Am I still fucking dazed from that shit from earlier?
No, you should all be able to see it. It's just really fucking thin.
No. Am I still dazed from
Oh
the
no.
effects?
No. That
Oh.
all of that has
Okay.
gone away. You can move around freely now.
So he doesn't look physically wounded. He just looks emotionally damaged.
No, he looks like he's been through a battle.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Hey, come here real quick. I'll pull out some salve and rub together. Give it a go spit and cast Cure Light Wounds.
Alrighty.
Just one, because I don't want to waste all my spells. Healing him for 11.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah.
That should be good for him.
Get a good old wet spit-filled smack
That
in
is
the
how
back.
much health he is up to now.
There you go.
1/5.
How you feeling?
A little bit more than 1/10.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Math not good.
no worries. You can't see the number, so that's why you can't. But I'll just tell you, he's at 13 out of 102 HP.
Oh, so he's on 2.
So we were killing him when we were fucking up the puzzles.
No. He was just fucking wounded as shit.
Mm. So this here thingy, yours, and I point to the chest.
It was his tools.
Oh. Well, we can get rid of that for you.
He now that he's healed a little bit better, he stands. You can see that he's still sort of shaky, but he can still stand solidly enough. And he lifts up the axe again. And rests it on his shoulder, similar to the pose that he has, minus outstretched arm. And he turns and looks at the dwarf. And he just sort of shakes his head, like, disapprovingly.
Oh, by the way, forgive my rudeness, but I'm Runt.
Runt. A very peculiar name for a brother of the earth.
That's what my mama named me.
I assume you mean your birth mother and not Mother Earth herself.
Correct.
Fair. I have never met a goblin who spoke the earth tongue.
I picked up a few things.
You do seem to be a deity of the deity of the earth. Then he turns and looks at Chaise and sees the large greatsword that shattered the collar. And he turns around, walks up to Chaise, and extends a hand to her.
Oh,
Food.
He's like holding out his hand towards you, balled up in a fist, and that's about the best that you can understand. He holds it in front of you, like just within reach of you.
I do
Warrior.
the awkward thing, and I hold the fist.
It's like the fist bumps. Oh, it's like the fist bumps there. Hand over the fist.
I did the awkward up and down shake.
The Orthalgar looks down and sees you grasping his fist, and then looks up at what he perceives to be the face of Chaise, which very well may be off. He might be looking at your arm. He doesn't know.
Yes.
And he just sort of, you just see him exhale through his nose and pull back his fist and then nod his head at you. And he just sort of goes, "That's not how you do the earth salute, but I will take it."
Oh, My apologies.
Yeah, this one will know, and he extends a fist to Runt.
Fist bump.
He
Oh,
nods.
that's
He
how
nods,
you
he
do
nods
it.
enthusiastically. He's just like, yes, that is how it's done, brother.
Fucking, I probably hit it too hard, hurt myself.
Oh yeah, it fucking hurts. You have like a big bruise on your knuckles now.
No, he broke his entire arm. Nah.
I have much to explain, and I have much to do. I, as I have said, am Orthalga. I am as the others call me, stone giant.
Mm.
Oh.
Stone giant.
Question. I point to the gong.
Yep.
What's that for?
Some ceremony that the short one performed. I do not know other than that.
Can
Hey.
I take it?
I am indifferent.
He doesn't care. Just take it and leave.
I just want to get the fuck out of here. No, I just wish to leave.
Ash is just what he's saying. Is this a brazier or something?
No, that is a giant bronze bell with strange symbols tapered upon it.
Oh, I thought it was a brazier or something like
Nope,
that.
they are two bells. They are actually hanging from the ceiling above you, just slightly above the ground. It's just that I can't really show like hanging in Roll20
Yeah,
very well.
fair. But Ash right now is just basically written down in a journal, Stone Giant, and just started just doing a little sketch of Orthalga. And then he just
Zephyr.
started to do some stuff.
Z. I think
Zephyr's
the chief
landed
would.
on-
I think the chief would like this.
Yes, it would make quite a trophy, quite good for ceremonies.
It'd be a good way to piss everyone off.
Upgrading from the blood has spilled skull trumpet to the blood has spilled gong.
Appropriate.
But Ash is just doing some general noting, height, and just basic documentation. Just out of general interest and a hobbyist. That's all he's doing.
Yep. So you're logging down some stuff. I have the NPC thing for Thulgar, which is mostly just basically the stone giant one available for you guys.
And then next, as he finishes off his documentation, he basically tries to start a conversation with Orthalga.
What do you say?
Mr. Earth Giant.
Stone giant.
Yeah, you gotta be careful how you.
Yeah, he was speaking in Terran. I don't speak it.
No, he was speaking. After.
Was he speaking in English?
Yeah, this whole entire time after Run was like, "Do you happen to speak Bestial Common?" And they had that short exchange about how it was dumb that none of you could speak the Earth language. He started speaking in Bestial Common.
I thought he was still speaking in Terran. Correction to what I said. Stone Giant.
All right. He turns and kneels down next to you to come almost at eye level, though he's still too tall.
Yeah, that's fair. But question. What's in the chest?
He did already answer that. You just didn't know that he was saying it. He said it was this guy's tools, the dwarf's tools. He doesn't know otherwise.
Do you mind breaking it open?
He looks down at the chest and kicks open the latch. It wasn't even locked.
Fire.
So, Mr. Orthalga.
Yes.
What was the thing you were doing, buddy, that brought us here? It was an interesting spell of sorts.
That was a collar made by that one. He once again points at the dwarf.
So the reverb effect that drove us deaf and drove us to you was that person's doing.
He nods and steps past you and picks up one of the shards of metal and holds it up to you. And as you see what he's holding up, you can see a very prevalent, what seems to be strange foreign rune. It doesn't even seem dwarven to you per se.
Is he
What?
holding it towards me?
Yeah,
I can see
he's
better?
holding it towards you to see. He's like showing
I'm
it to
gonna
you.
extend my arm to
God
try
damn
and
it,
grab
Chaise.
it.
Gotcha.
I do have a question.
What?
Well, first off, is that tether still there even though we've destroyed it?
No, it is gone.
Okay, secondly, is the rune in a language I would recognize or anyone might have recognized depending on the language?
No,
I'm about
you
to
do not.
pick it
None of
up.
you recognize none of you recognize the rune. You just know that it seems very foreign.
And
Okay.
it's not druidic?
Nope.
Okay.
If he's extending it towards me, is it possible I can try and reach and insinuate I'm trying to pick it up off of him?
He hands it to you.
I look more in depthly at the room using the room's light.
You still don't know what it means.
No, I'm like inspecting it. I was about to continue from there.
Alright.
My mother might know something about this. She was interested in runes the last time I remember. She had a large book of them. God forbid I can't remember if this is one of them. I never read through it fully.
There are more on the dwarf if you want to copy them down.
Thank
Actually,
you.
I'm gonna walk over to
Runt.
the dwarf.
The rune seems to be made up of two symbols.
I'm gonna take out my journal instead of my notebook and jot down the symbols on the collar pieces.
Hi, I will
and
give
then go
them to
to the
you
lobby.
in a moment here.
Does
Thank
this
you.
dwarf still have his beard hair?
The dwarf still has his beard, yes. That is
Not anymore. Not
Okay,
anymore.
you just turn into a fucking like hair squig and wear it.
No, I'm just keeping the hair.
What's the boys, yeah, boys? Mr. Olfalga,
Yes,
where do you plan to go from here?
I have no clue. No, his actual response is, I will return to defend the earth, as is my duty.
I've never heard of such place.
Can you escort us down the mountain? We kind of flew up here, but we don't know the way down safely.
All right, Runt. My compatriot wants to know if there's a path back down the hill. Well,
No, I'm asking if he can come with us. Make sure
oh,
we-
sorry, correction.
I will
also-
escort you.
and also possibly carry that big old thing down with us.
What, the gong?
Yes.
I will
my
escort you. As for carrying that thing, he walks over to it to check how heavy it is, and picks it up with like two
One finger.
fingers, and he's just like,
Oh,
"Yeah, that's easy."
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I could eat this.
Yeah, we're gonna take this back to my camp, my tribe. They're gonna like this.
All right, before we leave,
All right,
Asch
hold
is
up
gonna have
just a
look inside
moment.
the box.
I want to show you the symbol that you get.
Okay. Oh, is there not multiple from the rest of the other pieces?
No, there's the only one you can still decipher that hasn't been completely like melted and shattered to the point of illegibility is what I'm about to send you.
Okay. Is there any runes that I would have copied off the body?
Off of the body, no.
Okay. Right. Once you show me that, Asch is going to have a look at what's inside the box and then take it with him. Out of pure curiosity.
I would have asked if the runes looks like the stones you had as well.
Yeah,
but
give him a moment.
That's just me.
Yeah. Because I'm probably going to have a look at that. Because I have pocketed the
So
parchment
you
and
see the
gemstone.
following runes on what remains of the shattered brooch.
Okay, where are you showing these?
General.
Oh, in general, these.
I'm also
guys.
going to be
Okay.
showing the stream in just a second.
Okay, give me a
Moon
moment.
runes! Moon runes!
And I saw that and immediately thought it was Japanese.
It's moon
Um,
runes.
Yeah, it's moon runes.
Yes. For those of you just listening, the runes look very earthly Eastern in what their symbols.
So they
Okay.
don't look Terran?
They do not look Terran. They do not look Dwarven. They look like no language you have heard of.
I think to myself in my head, as I'm thinking about the rune, if I could
What a
find
wonderful
Mother.
world.
Hmm?
As I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
What a wonderful world. No, but seriously though. It's like, if I could find Mother, she could probably figure this out. She knows anything to do with runes, where they come from, when they were made, and who they belong to. Let's hope to God I can find mother and mother and father and father. As he just goes through the chest.
So as you go through the chest, you find what appear to be what you would know from your dwarven father would be that these are definitely part of a runesmith's kit. They are like chisels and other such nearly blacksmithing tools intended for use in creating things like the collar you shattered.
Okay, so jeweler's tools and blacksmith tools.
Basically, sort of a mix of those with some extra like runic related things,
Right,
but mostly
I'm
like
gonna-
chisels and whatnot.
Can I pocket it?
Yeah, you can take it.
I'm just gonna call it rune.
It's runesmith's kit.
Okay, rune smith kit, not carrot kit. Right, I have it in my inventory.
Alrighty.
All right, shall we get to have a look? Oh, and before we leave, I'm nicking that gold as well. Shinies.
You pick up about like 15 gold.
Okay, so I'm going to add that because, cobalt nature and all. Money and
Well, I was
shit.
over at the body. That's what I was gonna.
It looks like you could use that as a shield, actually.
With the gong.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I could just have it on the back, but no, I was like, the tribe could definitely have fun with this.
Okay, 15 gold, you said.
And you're still holding on to the gong handle, right?
Yeah. Can it technically count as a mace?
It would not make a very practical combat mace, so it would not really work as a
Probably
full-on mace.
As a club, probably just a base club.
Yeah, it'd work as a base club, not a proper mace. Because it's like a cloth thing. It's not intended to break shit. It's intended to bong shit.
Yeah, but you can give someone a nasty concussion with it if you hit them hard enough.
Oh yeah, any blunt object to the head hard enough can do that, but it's not going to be intended for that purpose. It's not going to have spikes or anything on it. All right, so at this point, do you all collect your thoughts? Is there anything else you want to investigate in here?
Is there any other type of runic things I could find out from the dwarves? From the dwarf?
I mean, what do you inspect around the room?
Specifically, I'm just dead staring the dwarf to see if it's anything that I can take from the dwarf, like any little pockets and shit in the inside of the clothes or something.
Well, that's why I'm next to the dwarf.
Never mind,
Yeah,
Grunt's already done that.
There's nothing else of major note on the dwarf. There is like a pot of what looks like something to brew tea or something, and another pot for food behind you.
Should
on
I
the
open it?
stone above him.
What quality is it?
They both seem to be made of bronze.
We'll take it back. That's material.
All right,
Taking it. We're looting this place. Anything not? Let's take the rug. Let's take the rug. Come on.
Yeah, make sure we get the rug. This thing could be worth 50 gold. I'm going to give the rug to Chaise to carry because I'm probably at my limit.
was kidding
Yeah,
about the
you
rug.
probably have to have Chaise help you out at first to move the chest off
Oh yeah,
of the rug
fair.
so you can
Chaise, do you want to help me move the chest off the rug?
I was kidding about the rug.
Oh
No,
yeah, sure.
We're taking it now.
What about?
Everyone
Okay,
offers
well,
to carry.
Welcome to the IKEA episode, everybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
is this-
here we see a vintage chest here. It's in almost perfect condition besides a foot hole in the front. So we're just going to need some minor work on it. Oh, and here we have a perfect Persian rug.
Yes, very fine vintage rug, only about $179.99. That is quite a steal. We would have usually given it to you for £200, but
Chase.
we're giving.
can you turn into this? And I point to the dog statue.
Oh,
I turned into the dog statue.
Yeah, you can turn into the inanimate dog statue. Yes.
Does it
Wouldn't that
actually
mean that Chaise
function
could
leg?
like a function like a dog?
I mean, functionally, she could work like that, but she's still obviously a stone like thing.
We've got like Chase's travel form.
Wait, Runt's got a mount.
I already have a mount.
Oh wait, yeah, fuck. Just jumps on back, pulls out the acid spear. I have a war dog. But either way, rolls up the
a war
carpet.
chair.
Yeah, war chair of power. Are these rugs or little holes in the ground?
They are basins of water, actually, with
Okay,
jade
so they
lining
need to
the
be
bottom of
ignored.
them.
Oh, jade?
Yep.
Fuck, can I mine it?
We don't have the tools to do so.
I got a hammer, I could smash it. See what pieces I can take out of it. Or I can ask Olfalgir if he can just break it up for me. But that's a group's decision. Do we want to waste more time here to doing that?
No, we've already wasted his time long enough.
Yep, fair. All right. Olfalgir, we're going to make our move now. So, you ready to go?
Let us proceed.
I like how he's
Basically-
carrying it like a fucking suitcase.
He's just
"Oh,
carrying it
yes,
with 2
I'm-"
fingers like a suitcase.
He's going on holiday now. He's going to the nice summer beaches to the east. Who knows? He might be an important character later in the story. He might be the owner of a 5-star Urfin hotel.
We've made a powerful ally is what we did.
Yeah, and I don't
Hell
think pissing
yeah.
off a Terran is a wise idea.
Allies on land and sea so far.
Yeah. How long until we find the Fire Nation?
How long till we find the your people?
That's when Trisky wants to go north to the Cobalt settlements, or if you're referring to my parents.
Oh, I'm going where you guys decide to go for the most part.
Well, we were just told to go to the Boggarts. Boggarts pointed us here. I mean, it took a bit to get here, but
Are we going to
Yep,
leave a
it
pin
is-
here?
It is a bit of a journey back.
well, I'm
I'll
assuming
just-
this is what we were sent to go deal with from my chief. So we'll go back to the Boggarts and see if they got anything for us. I'll
So
go with that.
you go
And we don't
down
have
the
to
hill.
climb down the hill. We
You
don't
go
have to
down the
climb down the
mountain.
mountain.
It's slow.
We got but the Fulgur's got us a proper route.
Yeah, his
I mean,
proper
my
route
ball
is
climbing
carrying
is
you one by one.
Western US.
Oh,
Probably, I mean, the 2 small people could probably just sit on him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
basically
just
two
sit on 'em.
Two of you are on his shoulder. He takes one trip to bring the gong down to the bottom and leave it there, and then goes back up and brings Chaise down. Zephyr
Oh.
can just fucking fly, so it's not that
Hmm.
big of a deal.
Do I have
Zephyr
anything I can?
usually follows the path.
Yeah, there is no like actual path. There doesn't seem to actually be like anything that really leads up here properly. So
Okay, it's
Um,
going to be fun getting this gong all the way through the swamp.
he
Yep.
continues to carry the gong with you. And
So he's gonna
as you
follow us
travel
then.
along, he continues to have a bit of a conversation with you as he mentioned that to his recollection of what happened before he found himself in that chamber, he was doing his duty to the earth and protecting it as best he could by keeping the mountain pass clear of threats for the local life, when out of nowhere he seemed to notice some sort of noise and racket going on that he went to investigate, assuming it was yet more trouble. And when he came into that region, he found himself unmoving. The next time he awoke, he was in that cave. The dwarf was experimenting on him, and he had just enough strength to put an axe through him. And then he was trapped.
That's a tale of woes, I must say, Fulgur.
Certainly wasn't pleasant.
So just so you know, do you know where those birds live?
Where those dwarves live?
No, the boggards.
Oh, the boggards.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sound was going all the way down there.
That's over 100 kilometers away.
Yeah.
We traveled a fair mile to figure out what was going on and fix it.
This is a powerful spell.
The runesmith was very talented. Surprised I even got a hit on him.
Do you know what it was?
In some way.
He was greedy. Greedy and
Just a bit too
stupid.
much.
One must
But I
never
must commend
overtake.
him as a master smith. So we're just going to fast forward a little bit back to the Boggard village.
Mhm.
Do you want to leave a pin
As-
in the mountain? Thank you. Wait. Wait, we fought a Hydra?
That was like in session 1. I was just copying that one. I just
Yeah,
finished
no
updating
problem.
it.
We didn't see we didn't fight the Hydra, but we saw
Yeah,
Hydra.
it was Hydra encounter.
Let's hope we don't find that fucker again.
We also
Random
ran
roll
into
tables
more.
are funny.
So there was
Yeah.
another lizardman encounter somewhere over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, somewhere around this area.
Oh,
There's a one-
I'll add that in. It was sort of a non-point.
If I remember correctly, it was an orange tribe of them.
More controlled too. They spoke through hand signals.
So more organized.
Yeah.
Rudimentary hand signals, though.
Yeah, still there. We're more organized.
And as you return to the Boggard village, run.
I introduced myself as soon as we entered territory.
Okay, I'm making sure you're on top of that shit. You do introduce yourself as soon as you're within their territory.
Of course I did.
And their reaction is to escort you back to the village.
Well, they can hear us, so it means it worked.
Yes, as you get back to the village, you arrive at the village priest's hut, as you were at before being told the story.
Trisky.
Give me a fucking second, bitch.
Just keep on knocking until he arrives.
Go on, keep knocking, run. Keep knocking.
Ding 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 ding. In Germany, that's what we would like to call Sturmklingeln.
Guten Tag.
What's a Germany?
You see, it's a country of humans that tend to drink a lot.
From an
Eat
alternate
sausages.
dimension.
What's up?
So yeah, you come back here. It's notable, actually, that Orthalgar is somehow able to squeeze himself through the door, but there are some notable large scrapes on the edges of it. He has to leave his axe outside
Fair.
as he comes in, and the priest, like, as you come back in, the priest runs up to Runt and grabs your hand and starts shaking it violently. Captain! Thank you!
So, my chief sent me up here to figure out what was going on. Y'all okay?
Yes, okay now. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, so I got a question. Could we get some people to help carry something back to the frog belt?
He whistles, and the three boggards behind him stand at attention.
Yeah, I point him to the gong.
Yeah, the three boggards proceed to go up and pick up the gong, and before you even follow them, run off in the direction of your village.
They just crack knuckles, stand up, crack neck. We got a job to do, boys.
Job's done.
What else?
I look around. Food?
Got there. He whistles again. It's slightly higher pitched this time, and the next thing you know, there's like somebody running in with basic like cooked local meats and whatnot, coming into this room, set up a quick table, and set up like a very rudimentary feast. It's nothing super fancy, but it'll be more than enough to fill you for the journey home. Last thing, have this.
Oh.
He rummages in a sack on his side and pulls out a large red stone and presses it into the center of your chest. Thank you, shiny.
Ooh, shiny! I pocket it.
So just for reference, Runt, the stone is about the size of a human fist.
So about the size of the eyeball of my staff.
Yeah, basically.
Would I noticed it would have been any type of stone I would have seen?
It's red. That's about the best you can see from your angle.
Yeah, because what I'm doing over here in the corner is just seeing if I can tend to his wounds, heal him a little better.
He has been resting up quite well, and on the journey back here, you did notice that occasionally he would stop and find rocks and eat them.
Well, I'm going to still just give him something for his troubles and give him some food. Does he eat meat?
He looks at the meat and rejects it.
Okay, because I was going to give him some fish.
I am, as you may have heard of, vegan.
Oh, my apologies. Are you rockivore?
Yes, I'm a rockivore. He takes a
You
crunch
might like
out
some
of
of those shiny stones you got.
He takes a crunch out of like a boulder that he brought along with him.
Actually, do I have any?
I'm impressed that you can eat that. We can't eat that, but that's amazing.
Oh, I don't have
you
any.
You would not be a stone giant, now would you?
No, that is fair.
He chuckles at your statement like it's so fucking obvious.
But I am a kobold. We do like shiny things. Flicks the emerald that I took from the cave.
Yes, gems. I don't care the value as long as it provides sustenance.
You know, that's a fair statement. Mother Earth provides, and Mother Earth takes. In equilibrium.
Nah, you just need to learn to
It's the
speak the
balance.
language, dummy.
Well, Runt, you're the one who knows it. You could teach me sometime when you got the
You ain't gotta like my method of teaching.
If it's a bop on the head, I will bop you with my affit.
Earthholger turns and looks at Runt and is just like, he doesn't know. He just doesn't know.
I turn back to the
that in Terran.
I turn back to the chief. So what's this big here stone do? What's it do? It's just a big red stone?
Shiny!
Shiny.
No idea.
Gotcha.
May I walk up and inspect the stone?
No.
Yeah, if you I'm assuming Ren
put it
lets
away.
you.
I put it away.
Yeah, so if Ren puts it away and doesn't let you, then no.
I could just use detect magic to see if it's magical of any sort.
You have to...
Because you can't stop me from doing that.
No, but you have to see it to get a good read on it.
I thought it was an aura effect. There's a radius around me. Give me a second. Let me just put that in.
Kroblar, the priest, at this point, while you're distracted with that, turns and looks at Chaise and Zephyr.
Auras.
Runs up to Zephyr and Chaise and simultaneously shakes both of your hands very rapidly.
Let's one
Or
like
your-
feather
or your
just like
claw.
slip out.
Just a clump of feathers.
Yeah, no, just let's. And
Like,
she intentionally does it as kind of like a. There you go.
Well, Zephyr's in
a
molting
feather
season.
comes out of your fur and he holds it and he's just like, eyes widen. And then the next thing you notice, he just shoves it in his mouth and eats it.
What did you do?
Oh. Wait.
No, I'm just kidding. What did they get?
Question. Is Chaise still a dog?
This is the question.
I
No,
have
wait.
morphed back into a chair, but I mean,
Okay.
I was gonna say, if Chaise was in the dog form, wouldn't the rug just be in the mouth? Like a large newspaper?
Here's a giant stick.
I fetch rug.
Yeah, as they shake both of your hands, one of Zephyr's feathers comes off. He stares out wide-eyed and then eats it. And then he proceeds to pull out two other large stones of relatively the same size and shoves it into both of your hands. One of them, the one that's given to Chaise, is green. And the one that's given to Zephyr is blue.
Yes,
And then
Chaos.
and May looks up at the roof for a
Chaos!
second.
Control!
He looks up at the roof for a second in sort of contemplation, realizes something, turns around, pulls out a yellow stone and chucks it at Asch.
I'm gonna before this kicks off and it hits me in the head. I'm rolling reflex.
Go ahead.
stop and roll, stop.
I know she in that one.
I'm not falling for this one. Fuck!
You
wait, no.
manage to duck underneath it as behind you, Orthalgar grabs it midair.
Thank you, Orthalgar.
Crunch.
No!
Orthalgar looks at the gem and looks at
No,
you
don't
and
eat it.
drops it in your hand.
Thank you. How big is it? Like
Then,
size
then he
of the...
takes... Yeah, it's about the size of a human fist. They're all about the size of a human fist individually. There's a red, a green, a blue, and a yellow one.
Okay,
that-
I'm gonna use my detect magic spell on the stones that are visible in the room.
Yep.
Besides Runt, because I'm just gonna run it by the logic by Runts. It's only in visual. If it's behind something, it'll just not be there.
All right, so you do this detect magic to see if there's any essence coming off it, and yeah, you can get a feeling that the stone is in some form of way magic, but it's not very potent.
Should I divulge this content to Zephyr and Chaise?
That's up to you.
Okay. Chaise, Asch wouldn't be much of an asshole in hoarding that information. Zephyr,
Yes.
what color was Zephyr's stone again?
Zephyr's was blue.
Blue.
Blue. Your stone is radiating magic, but it's not entirely too potent. So is yours, Chaise.
Interesting. Kind of like
And so
switches
is
it
mine.
over to carrying her talon easier.
Could I use is there a magic knowledge check to see if it's radiating any type of specific mana?
That's what the tech magic does. It gives you the aura and the school.
Oh, what school is it then?
I need to remember the actual school name, so pardon me a moment on that, but I
that's
do know what
perfectly
I do know what
can,
it does.
I can list them off for you.
So what do you do? How does it look like when Asch is trying to figure this thing out? How are you looking at? What are you doing with it?
It's like he's just holding it in his hand with the middle finger, middle claw, the two other claws, and the thumb claw, and just holding it in front of him like that, inspecting it carefully, not trying to damage it.
Right,
But
so
he can
you're like really
detect his
concentrating
fear
on it.
very concentrated because it's in
All
front
right,
of his eyes.
as you
and he's
continue
looking
to
at it.
concentrate on it, begins to emanate heat.
So which one? So my one or those two? One of those two.
No, as you begin to concentrate on the one in your hand very explicitly, as you're concentrating on it, it begins to emanate heat.
So it's a pyro school or something with fire magic.
The closest equivalent I can give you in real life is one of those hand warmer things.
Ah.
My stone seems to be something more of the heat classification, but due to its less potency, I could figure out some use for this, and it could be a nice use. May I inspect your Zephyr and Chaise?
I sent the
Of course.
schools of magic in the Discord general.
Yeah, I don't know exactly
She
which one
tosses
would
it
be
over to
this,
you.
but
I try to catch it immediately.
If they're doing that, can I do an Arcana check
yeah, go ahead.
I inspect Zephyrs.
on mine?
What are you trying to decipher with your Arcana check specifically?
Well, he said that his stone is slightly warm and magical, so I'm assuming that the ones we got were all the same. So I want to see if I can determine what kind this would do just by trying random shit to get it to work.
So eventually I imagine that Runt just sort of like stares at it in concentration, and you get much the same effect. It is heat.
Okay.
So what would Zephyrs be? Because Zephyrs tossed
Heat.
theirs over.
They are
Yours
all
seems
they
to
are
be
all
the
hand
same.
warmers.
Zephyr, yours seems to be the same.
Yep, they're all
Alright, send
basically
it back to
magical
Zephyr.
sources of heat.
And instead of
they're based on your concentration and will.
And I walk over the Chaise and do the same, basically just hand on it.
Mhm.
Odd. Yours is also the same. But it seems to be
Shiny.
more...
Warm shiny.
Do you want to go
Warm
first?
Shiny.
Do you want to go first?
Orthalgerd sort of looks at you all and is just like, yes, they're all heat stones. They don't care about their color.
I've never, first of all, seen a heat stone. I didn't know there were things called heat stones.
They are a fairly common as far as magical stones tend to be. They simply provide heat from concentration. I do not
Well-
enjoy eating them very much, actually.
They too spicy.
I was going to say too
Yes.
spicy.
There are much worse, but they are a bit on the spicy side. I have to be in a mood, so to say.
So the heat is based on concentration.
I'm guessing Trisky needs to figure out how these were by giving us a better description in the meantime.
No, they're relatively straightforward. They are literally just, it is a stone. As long as you are concentrating on it, it emits heat. Heat is like basically equal to the intensity of your concentration.
I'm just going to...
So, could we theoretically set it on the ground, concentrate on it to warm it up in an area?
Yes, just note that it does not get to temperatures that would cause things to start on fire or burn.
No, just enough to stay comfortable.
Yeah, like the basic idea that most people use these for, as Orthalgerd will explain to you, is that when people find these and realize what they are, they'll use them as an emergency source of heat in situations if they don't happen to have the materials to make a fire. Because if you hold it to your chest and you concentrate on it, you can keep yourself warm even in some really bad situations.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say, if Asch ever meets his father, he could probably learn runesmithing and actually eventually make some rune out of him, or a gemstone shaped thing just to put under clothing for temporal heat.
I mean, yeah, some people do reshape these kinds of stones into more fitting vestments or parts of vestments so that they can wear them. But in this case, you just have these stones in their basic raw form.
But even then, I can think of some creative ideas to use with these for. You can use them as an ignition point for a grenade.
Not
no,
really.
they
They
don't
They
make
do
things
not
on
get to the
fire,
point
they
that they would
just-
cause fire. It would not. It would
Yeah.
not light anything up.
Would it not heat more flammable powder to the point where it could ignite?
It does not. It does not heat flammable. It is basically as strong as a consistent hand warmer.
It's a super cut down version of Endure Element.
Wait, what?
This is a spell in Pathfinder called Endure Element, which it lets you tolerate world temperatures. But this one probably is specifically designated towards colder
Yeah,
temperatures.
it only really deals with cold. You can't make it colder.
All right.
You can't make it cold by ignoring it. It goes like from room temperature to a comfortable heat level that would help you like tolerate winter conditions, basically.
Here,
That's
I'm just
the
gonna,
entire range of this thing. It's no more complex than that, guys.
all right, and I'm just gonna pop it in my bag.
Yep.
That is the priest's gift and thanks to you in this circumstance, along with not caring about all the shit you looted anyway. So that's all yours.
Mm.
And
Hey, why don't you show them those weird figure thingies you found?
Oh, the runes? Oh yeah, sure. Hold on, let me get my journal out. Pull out the journal, and I point the picture to the rune drawing to the priest. Do you recognize this?
looks at it, looks at you, shakes his head.
Well, we tried, Runt. We'll have to
Well-
find someone.
We could try hitting up that one place we were at recently.
Pardon? You cut out.
We could try hitting that one place we were at recently.
Well, it's Dentrum.
Yeah, they might know.
That is a good shout.
We're kind of friendly with them. I mean,
Well, they're tolerant of us. It might be a good shot to try.
yeah. Anyway,
No, go on.
we should probably get back. Chief's probably wondering what the hell's going on. We've been out for a while.
Thank you for the meal and the gifts. It is great honor, priest.
The priest like pets you on the head like a dog and says, "Thank you."
I turn
thank
into
you.
a stone dog.
Yes.
The priest turns and looks at Chaise. His eyes widen, and he starts to pet you rapidly.
We need a stone dog chase now. just for fucking fun.
Wait, would I be able to make an animated stone dog in the future?
I wanted to
I
take the
think there
dog
are some
statue in
inanimate
case there
objects
was
that-
an animate object spell.
I could just... nah, I don't think there is an animate rune.
Orthalger like turns to you all and says, "I will accompany you to your home, and then I will return."
Oh, cool.
That is mighty nice. Because personally,
And,
I do not want to never run in with those crocodiles again.
Yep. As you proceed out of the Boggart village back towards home, you have a just fine time returning home. Anything major, like any places where you would have to go almost knee deep in water, you generally ride on a Thulger's arm or shoulder. He is no longer carrying the gong that the Boggards are now running forward with, so you can also carry Chaise just fine. And Zephyr can fucking fly. So yeah, none of you get anywhere near where the leeches would be. And you actually notice leeches attempting to latch onto Arthalger and then immediately swimming away.
He's made out of rock.
blood. He's made
He's
of
a
rock.
Yeah,
He's the rock?
He is your rock.
His name is Dwayne.
His name is now Dwayne.
Dwayne Orthalger got Johnson.
Yeah, that's his first name, bro. The Earth Mother gave him Allfogger. Sound cool.
Yeah. But yeah, he brings you home, sets you down just outside the edge of your village, and bows his head like in deep gratitude to you all, and says, "If you wish to seek the source of those symbols, I would look east of the mountains. That's where it came from."
I will.
All right.
We will take a look as soon as we can. Thank you, Allfogger. You've been a great help to us as well.
If you ever need anything, just come ask. Kinda got nothing on our plates right now.
Orthalger places a hand to his chest and once again deeply bows. But as he comes up from it, he holds out another small gemstone. This one very like obviously chiseled.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go up and pick it.
You hold this, and as you take it, you barely recognize that this was in that collar around his neck.
Allfogger, was this gem in the collar?
And inside of your head, you hear, "Yes, it was."
And I immediately reply without talking. So it shall be that we
Yes.
have found the cause.
That is what allowed me to speak as little as I could, but the rest of the collar dilled the symbol. I could only speak very short sentences through it. Hence why
I
I
see.
sounded like a caveman.
Well, it helped me apart to figure out where you were and what was wrong.
Yes.
Why y'all just
But-
staring at each other?
But the gem on its own allows us to communicate with whoever may be holding it, and I have the other gem in me.
Ulfolger, in the future, if I ever need your aid in something more dangerous matter,
As the kids say, call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
I will.
What's the sitch?
That's
Wait,
from
what?
Power Rangers.
I have actually never heard that term.
That's from fucking Kim Possible.
I know, but everyone I know keeps misinterpreting what that beep tone is from.
I will keep this hoe close to me, Olga. And in the future, if we need your aid, we shall call.
Take care, young one.
Take care of yourself, Olga.
And,
This one's said out
Orthalger-
loud.
Orthalger walks away and after a brief nod and says, "Yeah, we could talk through that gem." Just like pointing at the one that Asch is holding, just casually.
Wait,
Is
y'all
he,
talking to each other?
And
Yes.
he nods and walks away, and slowly you see him like get engulfed almost like waist height by the water as he just continues to walk along.
I'm just gonna put it in a party pocket. Keep it close on hand in case shit goes south. Yes, Runt, the gem does allow us to communicate to him. I'll keep it on hand. Because I feel like it would be necessary if we use it in just-in-case scenarios. Right
And-
then.
Considering things that are going to be going on with some of the members of this group today, I believe we are going to end off with you guys walking back into the city, walking back into the village, and meeting with your tribe leader, Runt.
First thing I do. Can you take a guess?
Bang the gong.
Bang the gong!
The blood is spilled.
So you set off the gong
Nice.
in the middle of Frogbelt Village, and Chieftain Gosgol comes out of the hut that it's in front of. And the first thing he does is charge up to you, rip the gong hammer out of your hand, and bop you on the head with it.
I got you a present.
I like it, now shut it up!
I don't know how.
It's simple, Run. Puts hand on the front of it and it just starts being more quiet.
And you start rumbling.
Mm,
He's vibrating.
Next thing you know,
I'm
that punt is
gaining
walking out.
power.
Punt is coming out, it's just like, it's the end of the world! Ah!
Punt likes it.
It's Tarsy! Ah! So did you take care of what those boggards wanted?
Yeah.
Good,
We made a new friend.
good.
It's a rock giant. Stone giant, sorry.
Stone giant.
Good. Wait, what?
It's a stone giant.
Yes, we met a stone giant. He dropped us off just outside of the village.
He just like looks behind you and off in the distance. You can still barely see the stone giant. He's just like, holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah, we saved him.
That's what the boggards wanted you to do? Save a stone giant?
They just
Uh,
wanted to stop this noise. That's just my product.
What noise? This thing? He takes the hammer, he bashes the gong again.
No.
No, not that
Much more.
noise.
What? I can't hear you! He's bashing it more and more.
No,
Oh,
God.
that's the essence.
Oh, here. Also, I throw the bronze shit at him. Do some of these.
It's
Some
a teapot
some
of a
guy with a beard had these, and they're shiny.
Yeah, they are shiny.
Would you like to know more about it?
I'm
Nah.
gonna go melt them. See you later.
Alrighty-o.
He just like takes them both under his arms and starts going to where you guys have like the relative equivalent of a forge.
He's going to shoot like one of those ASMR baking videos, like chocolate cacao, where he basically, all right, let's make golden coated chocolate mousse.
Bronze coated goblin.
So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna need to first get our bronze on the table.
It's fucking raw!
Don't put your hand in it.
raw!
Where is the lamb sauce?
Where's the gobbo sauce?
And with that, I think that's about where we end off for today.
We
Everyone
ended
who,
with the gobbo sauce.
yeah, the gobbo sauce. Everyone who took con damage can return it to normal. You're fixed up at this point. HP, you all get a long rest, so heal up accordingly. And next session, we will start with whatever you guys decide to do. I'll bug you in the meanwhile. But with that in mind, thank you very much to everyone for joining us. It has been a lovely session. I'm glad that it didn't take you too long to solve that puzzle, but I'm glad it took just long enough.
I was assuming.
It was long enough for my monkey brain to do.
Yeah, there
I
was
was
literally,
assuming.
there was literally no pattern to it. I was just writing this symbol followed by this symbol makes this sound. That's all it was.
Like, I was assuming that Runt was just gonna be like, press correct, press wrong, undo, press correct, okay, press wrong, undo.
That's
Is
kind of what it
trying to
was
figure
doing
out.
at first.
I was
That's what
ready
you were
for this
doing.
whole like, all right, let's note down all the combos as we do them and just try to methodically
You're
go.
the one supposed to be keeping track of that. Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep track of shit for your own fucking puzzle.
Because like, what I was gonna do is that I was just gonna do it in characters like Ace just presses all the buttons and just see what happens.
I was
You
scared.
you mentioned that at one point. I was like, oh, are they actually gonna solve it this early?
Because like, I was half tempted to just like press the buttons.
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I
press
had
them
to
all
go
individually
against my
one by
first
one.
natural instinct, which was to actually push all the buttons. I was
Push all
scared
the
the
buttons.
platform was going to fall out and break from underneath us.
I was thinking that too when I heard rumbling.
Sometimes run solution is right solution, but you went against your own nature and made it take longer, which was funny.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, we're going to call it there. Thank you again, everyone, for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for another session of Monsters of Morgram.